and welcome again to this GIS report. I'm your host, Information Officer Feliza Fenty for the Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor. Subjects like nature conservation, global warming, climate change, fisheries, conservation, coastal zone management, and the environment are all addressed and a part of the mandate of the Conservation and Fisheries Department. Joining me today is the Acting Chief Conservation and Fisheries Officer, Kelvin Penn, as we update persons on what the department has been up to in reference to these subjects, and as we bring to light some of the pressing matters in conservation. Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Penn.
Good morning, Ms. Fenty, and thank you for having me.
Since the turn of the year, could you tell me what the department has been up to?
Well, once again, the department continues its work that we've been doing for many years, namely fisheries surveillance, also to monitoring of the biodiversity in the BVI, the plants, the trees, the fishes, the birds, and also too we continue our work on the development applications processing. So those are the events that we've been doing. Specifically for this year, we are in the process of retrofitting the department's headquarters at the Corsistigi building in Rotown, so that fishing applications and also for permits could be done at the department. Previously these were done at the Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor, where the applications were made there and they were then referred to the department. But the whole idea now is that folks would now come to the department to get processed, so that the department has a lot more technical expertise, right, and we could advise fishermen as well as visitors on the best fishing methods and techniques to use.
Right.
So we are getting the department ready for that process. Also too, we continue our work with the Birds of Paradise program, which we've been doing for many years. But last year we kind of hyped it up, and this year we're going to continue. Where we're going to be monitoring the frigate bird or the scissor steel populations on Tobago. We're going to be also working with other wild birds like the flamingos, the pelicans, and we have these resident birds. We call them the Davids, but they're also called the laughing gulls, right, that come between April to like September to nest. So those are what we're going to be working on. We also to continue our inventory of the natural resources, as I said a little earlier. One of the projects we really want to work on is creating a natural history museum, where we're going to collect as much as possible all of the species, or I actually should say the biodiversity of the species in the BVI in one place. We've been starting to build the boxes for collecting the reef fish. We would like to have, as many of those different species of reef fish put in these boxes, so that school children, teachers, visitors, the residents, even you could come up and say, okay, this is a gutu, this is a maggot, this is the grunt.
And they're all local species.
Species, right. And we're going to collect, everything from the reef fish to the pelagics, which would be like the bonitos and those kind of fish, and even the bigger ones like the sharks, and so that individuals could see what these species are. Because, as you know, the BVI has developed over the years and lost so many of its natural resources, especially on the island of Tortola and to some extent Bojangada and Enigada and Johnson Dyke. And many children nowadays growing up don't know these fish like we used to do, readily when I used to grow up, when I grew up. So the whole idea is to collect them. Not only the fish, but we also want to collect the plants. Likewise, folks have been asking us, many people have been asking us, what's this plant species, what's that one? And most of the species are described in books, and most of the times they're not in photographs, especially colored photographs, so that you could easily identify them. They're just line drawings. So the idea would be to go and collect these plant species again, have them in, in a collection so that we could say, okay, this is X species of plant, this is Y species. We're going to work in collaboration with the National Parks Trust, and there's a local knowledge guy in this, Michael Fonseca, so that we can really collect those species of plants. Likewise, we want to extend it still to the rocks, and we want to be able to identify the different types of rocks in the BVI. To say, okay, this is a silica rock, this is a limestone rock, this is a diatrite, whatever kind of rock. As a little sidebar, I just want to say that we not only want to collect the rocks, but in collaboration with the community college, as well as other scientists, and so we should actually try to have the minerals that are the elements that are in these rocks isolated, so that we can actually see, what those are. At the Copper Mine Point in Virgin Gorda, actually how we got its name was that back in the 1500s, when the Spaniards came here, they went to Virgin Gorda and they found this large vein of rocks at the Copper Mine Point, and they used to smelt copper from those rocks.
Right.
And this is what 500 years later, and we don't know how to do that. I'm not going to say that we're going to go out there and just try, Copper Mine Point to get a copper, but the idea is that, to actually go and be able to say, okay, this is copper, and then you carry back to the lab, and you can be able to isolate and get the copper. At Copper Mine Point again, there's the rocks over there are also silica rocks. Again, if you could, collect those, you carry back to the lab, you isolate them, you'll be able to get silicon. From silicon, you can make computer chips, and also you can use it for making glass. So the whole idea is that we can then see how the whole process of when you're at high school and when you're in the college, where you learn from your physics, from your chemistry, these different stuff, and you also to your mathematics, that it could really be applied, so that it's not just like you're just reading something in theory on your books, but you're actually seeing the reality of the theory plus your practical applications.
Is the Rock Project a part of the same history museum, the larger project?
Yes.
They're all a part of the same one project.
Right, because the idea would be that we would be able to cut the rocks, and then you'd be able to have sections of the rocks. You could say, okay, this is definitely this is one type of rock versus the other kind. And as I said, later on we try to actually isolate that, and that would be something that I think the college, along with even the high school, could work together. And on Tortola there's a different kind of rock that you could get iron from, that you make the steel from. So the whole idea, as I said, is I think really we need to move into a applied kind of science, and starting from conservation, I know it goes into geology, and which is a bit more outside of our realm, but the whole idea is to get the ball rolling.
Okay. Any public awareness or education or public information campaigns that that we can expect to see in the coming months?
Well, we have the trunks, the leatherback turtles, coming back to the shores again, just like the birds. They're going to be coming back. I think they've been here already, but they kind of pick up more in April and May. So we could have individuals if they want to. I mean, you have to go at nights though, and sometimes it's kind of late at nights. But that's an offer that we've been doing for many years. So that continues again this year. Of course, we have Environment Month that's coming up in June.
Yes.
So we're gonna have activities for those, and later on, we will have more information on that. And as well as we do a cleanup too. And I'm seeing that other departments and government are also doing cleanups. I think there's one on Justin Dyke sometimes. So
yes, I saw that.
yes, so yeah. And the whole idea too about trying to preserve the environment, the marine environment especially. We recently worked with the Castle University over in England, They had a team come out here for a few months, and well, they just had some guys dive in for like a week and a half, and you know, to come and assess the whole idea of how fishing has changed in the BVI, and also to assess on a rapid scale right now the health of the BVI reefs, and the information kind of coincides with previous information saying that the BVI reefs are right now about midpoint. You know, they're not terribly damaged, but they're not also at the same time too the most pristine.
Oh, okay.
So we kind of like middle point, average or a little above, and that's for most of the Caribbean region.
All right. Okay, well, thanks for coming on the show. Is there, if persons want to assist at any point with the conservation and fisheries initiatives,
Yes.
How can they do so?
Well, we are always open. We open from 8:30 to 4:30 Monday to Friday at the Kwasitsky building at the roundabout. Of course, you can always call us, and we are always happy to go out and work with people, both locally, regionally, and internationally. So we always welcome information and help, and we like doing what we do.
Thank you, Mr. Penn.
Okay, thank you.
The Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor strives to effectively manage and administer the territory's natural resources in a manner that ensures long-term sustainability. For more information on the environment or the Conservation and Fisheries Department in general, please contact the department at 494-3701 extension 5555. For the Ministry of Natural Resources and Labor, I am Information Officer Feliza Fenty. Thanks for watching.